Well, not everybody was happy with Joey. And there's basically kind of like a civil war going on with the Democrat Party, the media. They don't know what to do. We have here, sorry, I was reading somebody's chat. We have here, Chuck Todd rips the Bidens. They put the entire Democrat Party in the position it is now. Well, there's truth to that, but again, with every truth coming along with the legacy media, there's also some lying to it. So NBC News chief, can you believe that? Chuck Todd tore into President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden after the president issued a pardon on Sunday, which we covered at length here. In a discussion with journalists, Todd said he knew 100% the pardon was going to happen and insisted President Biden needs therapy because he has not processed the death of his older son. Well, there's truth to that. From Delaware Attorney General Beau Biden, who passed away from brain cancer, which is just a terrible thing. Joe still thinks that Beau Biden died in Iraq, which is also a terrible thing. The fact that you can't even rationalize when your son passed away and how he passed away. That's how far Joe is. I don't want to hear jack crap from Chuck Todd, because if he's going to talk about this whole spiel, why did you sit there and push for Joe Biden to be president of the United States in 2020? We all saw the cognitive decline, Chuck. We all saw it bigly. And quite frankly, so did you, Chuck, because it just so happens when you saw Donald Trump just smack the shit out of Joey during the debates, all of a sudden you go, something's wrong with Joe. Joe's drooling. Joey's stumbling through his words. Joe's losing his train of thought. Joe doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's saying right now. All of that appeared on camera. And we've been saying it for years, Chuck. And all of a sudden, the legacy media and the outlet wanted to talk about it. Why? Because you wanted to drop the candidate because he sucked and you knew you were about to get your ass kicked. Turns out you got your ass kicked no matter what, because the Democrat Party sucks. And you, Chuck, were a part of that. You were a part of spreading the false narrative. You were spreading all that crap for years. I don't want to hear one bleep. So here's the clip. I guess we do have to hear from him.
Transcript, all the testimony, because that's what all that was made public. And there is, you want to get angry, just as somebody in just all these mixed emotions. You read the Hallie Biden transcript, and that's Beau's widow.
Yes.
And essentially he turned her into a crack addict. And this was all happening in 2017, 2018. And Joe and Jill Biden were so concerned about their family that they decided to run for president.
Yep.
So when you talk about the word selfish, it's almost like the word doesn't, their decision to run for president put the entire Democratic Party and the United States of America in the position that it's in now.
Isn't that astonishing that he's going to say all that stuff? Oh, well, his kids were crackheads. They had all this going on. He turned his wife into a crack addict too. And it was selfish of him to run. You assholes asked him to run. What do you, he said for years, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to do it. Right? Please don't make me. I'm barely alive. Please. Right. And so Joe, thinking he's a sacrifice to the Democrat gods, started running for president. He said, oh, Beau wanted this. Beau said it. He told me. You know, for all I know, Beau appeared to Joe in spirit form and had a full-blown conversation. Now, that might seem like it's satire and me being an a-hole. I'm not. There's an ounce of me actually thinking that took place. The reason why I say that is because Joe has had, I swear it seems like I'm making this shit up, Joe has conversed and seen dead people, you guys. This isn't part of spooky adventures, supernatural Saturdays thing we do sometimes. No. Joe has seen former leaders of countries that have been dead for 40 years at like a dinner table and has talked to them and seen them. Joe has taken photos with people. I've always said, this used to be my opener. Joe has taken photos with people at events that were never there in the first place. He's like, I took a photo with this one girl. It's like, but sir, she's not here. She's actually in a whole nother state. And sir, we're not even so sure if you ever met her. Yeah, I took a photo with her right now. Like, no, Mr. President, no. Mr. President, you're in bed. Your CPAP's on. We can barely understand you. And then if you recall, the dude at one point at one point was literally looking for dead people in the crowd. He's like, where is she? And everybody was just like flabbergasted. You could feel the energy, even on video, of the crowd just be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? She's dead. Joe, she's dead. So that is possible. It is possible. So anyways, they're going to complain that, oh, well, how could he run? How could you do this to us? You guys wanted him. You guys said he was the most popular president in American history. The dude had more votes than Barack Obama, had more votes than any president in American history. Don't tell me this Chuck all of a sudden, oh, he sat there, threw the Democrat Party under the bus. He sat there, look what he did to our country. We said it was going to happen. We said it. And it's always like that, isn't it? I feel like we're always the adults in the political conversation. We said something was going to happen way before it actually does. And then it actually does happen. And we have to sit there and console, right? And the Democrats have to go to therapy, and they have Trump derangement syndrome, and they have to sit there and reach their outlets. They have to bring in their therapy cats on the fucking planes and all this other stuff, right? Because they didn't want to listen. It's like that teenager, right, that thinks they know better. And the adults are sitting there telling the teenager, hey, you know what? This is what's going to happen. Maybe you should listen because you're about to have some serious consequences. And they don't listen. And then you have to sit there and listen to them cry and boohoo when they come home. Oh, I should have listened. I didn't listen to you, Dad. I'm so sorry. That's what we have to deal with. A really long random rant, but I think, the entertainment style was there, I suppose.